Hi guys, it's Chris here from It's Just Cricket, and today we are having a look at some of the Ganador softs. Now we're onto the gloves. I've reviewed 4 pairs of their pads. Now we've got 2 pairs of gloves to review, and that's the first thing I'd say. It's a bit of a strange one. There's only 2 pairs of gloves in the range. These are the Pro, these are their top end glove, and I very much like them, really. I think that's the important thing to say. There are, in terms of their structure, they're a kind of hybrid design, which, as Paul pointed out before we did this video, is a very popular design at the moment, where you have the split finger on the kind of ring and pinky finger, and then on your most sort of vulnerable lead fingers you have this sausage style with extra casing, which actually, like I said, has become very popular because generally the pros are said to prefer sausage finger because it's better protection. So what you can do here is you get the better protection from the on the 2 fingers that are most vulnerable, and you still get the flexibility on the 2 fingers where you're not necessarily going to get hit as much. And that's not to say the protection's any worse. Each section of these splits, it's got this kind of shark tooth style split, has got protective inserts on it, so you are going to be very well protected. You've also got the embossed Ganador, which I quite like. This 3D logo and their sort of lion motif is nice. I think the blue and the black is a nice colourway. It's just it's a bit more interesting than some places that do the kind of standard all white, but it's not too in your face with bright colours. It's fairly dark colours, so it's going to go with pretty much anything. I don't think that's a problem at all. Now, what I quite like as well, we flip them over. You've got on both hands, you've got these 3 kind of section, these sidebars, which means that when the bat, because obviously, as I've said in some other videos, when you generally are going to get in the most trouble is when the finger, obviously these being right-handed, gets trapped against the finger gets trapped between the ball and the bat handle. That's typically when you start looking at broken fingers. However, having these 3 kind of shock dissipating bars between the finger and the bat handle means that some of the force is going to go into here rather than into your finger. So that's only a positive thing, because it should hopefully, not necessarily prevent it, but it'll certainly make it a lot better than if they weren't there. And even on a lot of top end gloves, which are more expensive than this, you don't see it on both the lead, sort of the right hand on this right hand glove and the left hand. So that's quite nice from Ganador. Now we flip over, it's not a Pittard's leather palm, which, to be honest, most top-end gloves are, but not all of them. I know companies like Newbury and sometimes Grey Nichols don't necessarily put the Pittards because people like the feel. Now, I do think that the feel of sheep leather palm is a bit nicer, but I don't think the durability is as good. So perhaps I would prefer a Pittard, but if you do look at Pittards, then their other glove in the range does have that, so check that out, that video. So there is something for everyone, which is pretty nice. I think it's a really soft leather as well. It's nicely perforated, and you do get the airflow. It's actually some of the best airflow I've seen on the thumb here. And you do get a lot of airflow going around here. Two-piece thumb, but very well protected. Not the most flexible. I prefer a 3-piece, that's just me, but it is still very well protected. You've also got a really strong strap here, very easy to do and undo with the Ganador embossed logo, which is quite nice, and a fairly standard sweatband. So I think overall it's a very well constructed glove. I think it's nicely flexible. It's got good protection, which is, of course, the main thing to now check. Using one of these Ganador gloves with that sort of blue and black theme, we're going to test the protection. Now, as you can see, the lead 2 fingers have a high density, what they call a high density shield casing, which is this kind of wrap around tunneling to protect the fingers. And that makes it very, very good protection. I mean, that is as good as you'll see on a glove. These are certainly suitable if you're facing some pretty quick bowling, which I will be later in the nets at the Oval, so do check that video out. I know some of you are keen to see me face some 1995 1-hour short stuff. But the protection on that is absolutely excellent, and the thumb as well is good because you've got reinforced sections in every single glove. Sorry, every single little section of the glove. Now we'll work onto the top hand, which this is one of my nicest, the best features of this is there's the same protection on the top hand as there is on the bottom hand. A lot of companies don't do that. You can see how hard I'm really going, and yeah. This is, if you're someone who's got maybe have in the past broken their hand or has got sort of vulnerable fingers or gets hit a lot, these are absolutely my top recommendation because the protection is excellent. It's not just excellent here on the 2 main vulnerable fingers, the protection is excellent across the thumb and both hands. So in terms of price, guys, I'm sure you'll want to know, these are a top-end glove. They retail, so we sell them here at Scream at just over the £75 mark, just marginally over, which, to be honest, is very much in line with top-end gloves. It's actually probably a little bit cheaper than a lot of companies' top-end gloves now, certainly the main companies. And I do think they offer very good value for money. I mean, the looks, I'm not a massive fan of it with the blue and the black, but I think a lot of people will like them. The flexibility, and most importantly, I think the biggest selling point of these is the protection. If I was facing some real quick stuff, then absolutely 100% I would want to be using these against it, because they are very, very well protected, guys. So there you go, this is a good top end offering. I really like the Ganador Pro pads, and I really do like the Ganador Pro batting gloves, guys. The only thing to say is that they do fit a little small, so if you've got bigger hands it might not be perfect, but if you like me, I really like a snug fit on my glove. I like to feel the bat handle, then these are absolutely ideal. So there you go, the Ganador Pro batting glove, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you subscribe. We'll see you soon.